Hi, it's Matthew Dixon of mindaid.ca. I'm bicycling across Canada for mental health. It's okay. It's down on the ground, but he's not out for the count. Just rested him there. He doesn't need no repairs or anything needed. Well, he needs a bit of tweaking, but yeah, he's good. I'm at a brook off the highway. The highway's just right there. There's a sign there that says Gull Pond 2 kilometers that way. Here's a little brook. I thought I'd get off the highway for once since Vancouver, away from busy trucks, and give you the sound of water babbling. I don't know if you can hear that. So yeah, it's this is between South Brook and Badger and then Grand Falls-Windsor. I'm heading to Grand Falls-Windsor tonight. I left near Sheppardville this morning, and I'll show you the water. I'll get out of the way. I have had a pretty good time with the scenery here. It's wonderful. The Wreck House, the Table Mountains as I left Port aux Basques, Deer Lake. Deer Lake is a big lake, and some great views along there. After Corner Brook and before Deer Lake, there's the Marble Mountain Ski Resort, and there's some beautiful, beautiful mountains there. A friend of mine, I think he said there's a waterfalls there, Steady Brook Waterfalls maybe. It's a 10-minute hike up to see the falls. I didn't do that, but anyway, yeah, beautiful scenery. The people here are so friendly. I know not everybody's friendly and happy and everything, but overall, oh my gosh, Newfoundlanders, wow, so friendly. I'm from St. Andrews, New Brunswick, and I feel safe in St. Andrews. I'm not really at ease in big cities for the most part. I've heard in New York City people feel safe in New York City. I've never been, I don't know. Even small cities like 50, 60,000, 100,000 people, I'm a little bit not at ease. So St. Andrews, I just feel safe there. It's 2,000 people. It's at the end of a peninsula. I feel very safe. And Newfoundland is like one big St. Andrews to me. I feel very safe here. And Newfoundland is huge. It's a huge island, but I just feel safe. I feel if something was to happen to me, there'd be a million people looking out for me somehow, trying to help in some way. So it's, yeah, really enjoying that. I've had 2 rest days that I wasn't intending. One was because of a lot of rain and a lot of wind, and I got a ride ahead to where I was camping that night, and because of logistics, I didn't end up biking about a 58-kilometer stretch. So I'm a little down about that, but I try to, it's not the end of the world. I'm not out to bike every inch across Canada. I want to do most of it, 90 whatever percent of it, and show that someone with schizophrenia can do a long distance bike trip. I put a challenge out to someone else with schizophrenia who can bike every inch. I would be the first in line at the finish line to say congratulations to you. Yeah, I challenge people to do that. So I just want to show that I can navigate long distances by myself with all my gear on a bicycle and do it for weeks and weeks on end. So, and I've done that. I'm in the final bit of my journey here. I've got another after today, maybe 500 kilometers to St. John's. I'll be in Grand Falls-Windsor tonight. The next day, I'm hoping to be in Gander, about another 100 kilometers. And after that, I'm not sure. I'm going to try to bite off 100-kilometer sections each day to get to St. John's. So after Gander, it'd be another 400 kilometers to St. John's. So technically 4 more days of biking. I had another rest day yesterday because of high winds. They were 40 kilometers an hour with gusts up to 60 kilometers an hour. It was a nice sunny day, but wow, it looked tough. And plus, this section right here on the highway going south, it's about a 50 or 60 kilometer stretch straight south. And yesterday I would have had a brutal, brutal headwind. And there's that alone I wasn't keen on biking in. But all it takes is one lone gust to send you right off into underneath the truck. And I don't want that. I want to arrive alive in St. John's. So the same thing with the rain. The truck spray, all it takes is one vehicle not to see you behind some truck spray as it pulls over onto the shoulder and it comes over you from behind. So yeah, I'm not out to set a time record either. I'm not set out to be the fastest across Canada. Believe me, I would not be the fastest. But I want to make it, and yeah, so I'm out here today. I got a little bit of a tailwind. The Trans-Canada across Newfoundland so far is pretty good for the shoulder. It's about 1 meter wide in most places, and it's a little chunky and eaten out or like eroded a little bit here and there, but for the most part it's pretty good. 1 meter is a good minimum distance for me to be pretty happy on the side of the road. 2 feet, this does go to 2 feet once in a while, but not for very long. It's mostly 1 meter most of the time, and that allows you to just relax a lot more when a truck goes by. When it's at 2 feet, I'm like, I gotta look out for trucks more often, because but at 1 meter you can just sort of forget about things more. Wildlife, a little ground squirrel or something. You missed him. Yeah, so it's so I've had the other day I tried to beat some rain. There was well, it's hurricane season too. Everyone's saying here in Newfoundland. So you know, I haven't been watching much news. I go on YouTube and Facebook on my phone at the end of the day or in the morning. But other than that, I'm not really watching much CNN out here. So yeah, there's some weather that I have to look out for. The other day I stayed at an inn, the Junction Inn, that was last night and the night before. The day before I got up really early, got up was ready to hit the road at 7 o'clock. Got a flat tire, announcement, another flat tire. I think the last one was in Ontario. Before that it would have been in Saskatchewan. I think that's what, 4 flats maybe this trip. The last time I biked across Canada, I think I had 6 or 7 flats. So far I'm beating my record. Personal best. Personal flat best. So I was trying to beat the rain because there's a lot of torrential rain coming, and I did. I got up at 7, fixed my flat tire, left at about 8, and hit the road and got to camp at about 2 o'clock. Well, camp, it was an inn. And there's a section of highway before Sheppardville leaving from Deer Lake that was quite remote, and nothing there, no campgrounds and whatnot to stay at. So a friend of mine actually found the Junction Inn. I was scrambling to try to find a place to stay. So I stayed there and beat the rain. Beat the rain that it came later that night and later that day and overnight, and the next morning it was gone, but the winds were fierce. So I've had 2 nights in a motel. And also I got to Corner Brook, and there was no campground in Corner Brook, so I stayed in a motel there. So it's added some extra money, which I don't like. But the other thing that's happened, oh, look at this. My bike bag here, the zipper has failed, and I got some duct tape from the people at the inn this morning to go, but duct tape doesn't hold very well to that fabric. It holds on okay, but it's not the best. I've got another 500 kilometers to go, and I'm thinking, do I want to get a new bike bag, or do I just keep taping that up for the rest of the trip? If I don't get much rain, it'll be okay. If it pours someday and I'm caught in it, well, things will get wet. It might fill up with a bit of water, but I guess at least it won't fall off the bike. I could probably wrap tape around it somehow to keep everything in. You know what? If I did that, Red Green would be very proud of me. Another Canadian icon. Red Green, here I come. The handyman's secret weapon. Anywho, I'll hit the trail here. I don't want to be too late. And I'm staying at an RV park in Falls-Windsor tonight. And I'm going to go hunt for some duct tape. Talk to you later.